Hi everyone, this is Robin Good from Rome, Italy, and today I'm connecting with David Meerman in Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, David.
Hey, Robin, it's great to be here. How are you?
I am very fine, particularly so
Good.
now that I've received your fantastic small copy of this great little book. I know
Yeah.
that you're very excited about your baby, so I don't want to take it away from you. Why don't you say the name of this little thing you sent me and why you have decided to put that out?
Sure. So the book is called Worldwide Rave, and it's about how people share stories and why people will share your stuff online. And I put this out in a really small package, an interesting hardcover that's doesn't have a dust jacket on it. It has actually a hardcover on the hardcover. It's like an old textbook that we would have here in the United States. And inside it's two colors and a glossy kind of paper. It's a very unique kind of packaging. So why did I do this unique packaging? And inside there's actually lots of drawings and cartoons that my friend who's a cartoonist did. The reason is because I want people to talk about the book and say, wow, this book's really interesting. It's got green print inside, not just black like everybody else's print. And wow, this book is really interesting because it's small. Here's a copy of it here. I don't know if you can tell the size, but it's small. And the other thing I did, which is so cool, is that the book cover itself looks like a poster. And I sent copies of the poster to people all over the world, and they've sent me photographs of the poster literally on 7 continents, including Antarctica. So how cool is that?
That's very cool. But why don't you show me the book really more slowly, because many people have not really seen it before. So
okay.
Have it there and have it next to it your previous bestseller, which not many people here know about, and maybe it's a good opportunity if you have it on your desk to shell it out. All right.
There I am, in between my nose here. Worldwide Rave is the new book coming out in March 2009. And the New Rules of Marketing and PR came out in English in June 2007. And the new Rules of Marketing and PR is now being published in 22 languages, believe it or not, which is really cool. And every couple of months I get a new copy from a different language, and it's really exciting.
Good. And I hear you're having also Italian coming up.
Italian, yeah, and I'm not sure when it's going to be out in Italian. I think in like 2 or 3 months, but the New Rules of Marketing and PR is going to be in Italian.
So let's say I'm a viewer of this video today, and you just happen to be somebody that feels reliable, interesting, and you've written about marketing. Now I'm in doubt because you've got 2 books out there. Which one is for who? I mean, are they targeted at different people? Is one more technical, more PR, and the other more blogging 2.0? Tell me.
Kind of, both are targeted to the same type of people. They're targeted to business owners, targeted to entrepreneurs, targeted to anybody who wants to get their information out into the world using the web, using Web 2.0 if you want to call it that. What I identified in my writings and what I talk about on the speaking circuit is that the old rules of marketing, I call it, the old rules of marketing were that you had to buy attention from people. You had to buy attention. You either had to buy advertising, magazine advertisement, advertising in the phone book, whatever it might be, banner ads. And the other thing I identified is that a lot of people had to beg for attention through mainstream media. But what the web allows us to do, which Robin, you know, of course, extremely well, and many of your listeners also know really well, but the web allows us to publish our own information directly. How interesting is that? Instead of buying access or begging for access, we can publish it directly through a video like we're doing now, or doing a blog or an ebook or a white paper, or publishing our own stuff. That's what the New Rules of Marketing and PR is about. That's what my ideas have been about for a couple of years. Worldwide Rave is a little different. It's about how can you create something so interesting that people want to share it. one person to another person to another, family members sharing with each other, colleagues at work, friends sharing from one to another. And it's a little bit different to create something that's so valuable that people will share it. And I've identified sort of the things that you need to be thinking about to create something that's so compelling that people will share it.
Well, you've got to share then a little bit of something useful here. You know how it works on the web today. You share something valuable, people believe, trust, start to like you, and then they want more from you. So can you give me a little tiny recipe, for example, because there are many viewers here now who have their own blog, their own site, and I've thought many times, how can I build something that people would say, wow, I got to tell other people about it. How do you get in the state of mind to build something like that?
Great question. So I've identified 6 different things that you have to do to create something that people will be eager to share with one another. This doesn't guarantee that they'll share, but it's the 6 things that are elements of everything that people do want to share. You know, we've all seen these things, a YouTube video that has 1 million hits or a blog post that becomes everybody has seen it. What they have are 6 things in common. The first thing is nobody cares about your products except for you. Nobody cares about your products. And that's a hard thing for people to get around, but it's true. If you write about your products, people go, oh, that's boring. I'm going to go on to the next thing. The second thing is that you don't have to coerce people to share. They'll do it because they like it. So you don't have to convince them that they should share it by doing some kind of game or making some kind of contest or doing something that people will think, gosh, you know, I want to share this because if I do, I might win something. No. No coercion is required. The third thing is very counterintuitive to people, and that is that you have to lose control of your information. Once it gets out there into the world, people will share in the way that they want to, and you don't have any control over that. You don't have any control over what they'll say. And a lot of times the bosses at the companies don't like that idea because they're so used to maintaining this control over their information. Yet what makes things share is that you have to lose that control and let people share it. The fourth thing is to put down roots. So in other words, you have a home base somewhere on the web, on a blog, on a podcast, somewhere that people can find you. And then the fifth thing is create a trigger that encourages people to share. Create something that's so compelling and so valuable that people say, damn, I need to share that. I call it a trigger. A trigger could be a YouTube video. A trigger could be a really interesting blog post. It could be a really compelling piece of data. And then finally, the last thing is that you point the world to your virtual doorstep. You point people to the place where you provide something that then gets them to either buy your product or get interested in what you're doing. But you're ultimately, when they share things, you want to have a way that they can get back to the place that you can do business with them, to learn more about you, to read something else about you, or buy your product if it's in e-commerce, provide some personal information to get a personal call from you if you do a business-to-business sort of consulting or whatever. So those are the rules. If you follow those rules, you are greatly increasing the chance that your thing will spread really far. If you don't follow those rules, it doesn't mean it will never spread. It will be much more difficult to make it spread.
Fantastic. Thank you for that recipe. I think I couldn't ask for a better gift from you in this session.
Thank you.
And, I come, like my uncle who comes from Sherwood, the place S-H-E-R. I come from Sherwood with the A. So the guys at my village know very well what you're talking about. And I read inside your tiny little book how difficult it is to really plan and succeed on systematically wanting to create something viral. It just doesn't happen following a plan. You really have to work around many different ideas, and maybe some of those will bloom. That's what I got from reading you.
I think of it like the same way that a company will invest in movies. A movie producer. A movie producer doesn't just make one movie and then expect that it will become a hit movie. Usually movie producers do 5 movies or 10 movies. The same thing with a record studio and music, and the same thing with a venture capital firm and how they invest in companies. You know, a venture capital firm will invest in 20 companies hoping that maybe only 1 or 2 will get sold or go public, and the other ones may go bankrupt. But that's okay, because when you follow that formula, it means that you have the opportunity that one of those things will go crazy and take off. The same thing's true with getting something to spread online. If you just do one thing, you make one video perhaps, sure, there's a chance that it might take off and spread to hundreds of thousands or millions of people. But if you create 10 videos, or maybe a few videos and a few blog posts and a few pieces of data, a couple of ebooks, chances are that one of those things will go crazy and be shared all over the web. So the idea is, how can you create a number of different things, and all of them a little bit different, we'll do one that's funny, we'll do one that's serious, we'll do one that has really valuable data, we'll do one that's a little bit more entertaining, and then maybe one of them will just take off like crazy.
David Meerman Scott, Worldwide Rave is the new book. Bring it up again, David. I think he's really shared some valuable info that you can start to put to use anytime right now. Thank you, David. You were absolutely
Hey, Robin, thank you so much. It's a love talking to you. I love your stuff. I've been reading you for years. It's great to have a chance to have a conversation.
Thank you. Have a great day in Boston. See you soon.
Okay.